I haven't seen that card since set 1.
Yeah, right.
So
The opponent had to pick it up and read it. He's like, "What is this? What
yeah,
does this do?"
yeah. All right, so here we go. Here's the we're setting up for the match. You got a Steel Song versus Ruby Amethyst. So matchup we've seen since set 1, right? Obviously, different tech cards in each deck. We got both deck lists pulled up here. It's pretty interesting. There's definitely some spice in both of these decks. So we'll talk about it as we get to some of the cards because I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah, you guys will definitely see some interesting cards here that are meta contenders that aren't always in every deck.
Yep.
So hopefully we get to see some of those in action and see what they can really do for these top players. These, and like you said, these really have been the top decks in set 1. I mean, Red Blue came on a little later.
Yep.
Obviously when Hiram came out, but Red Purple and Steel Song have just been battling it out for
absolutely
decades.
Yeah, and
it seems
it's a pretty close matchup. A Whole New World is really good, but this version, there's a more common version now we're seeing with docks where they're not relying on Whole New World, which I think makes the Amethyst Ruby matchup a little easier because they're not worried about getting their Be Prepareds wiped, right? Because that's a big thing against a Steel Song deck. If they can get rid of the Be Prepareds by Whole New Worlding, that's the only way they can stop them from going super wide. So this should be a pretty interesting matchup. I'm excited to see it. Really surprised at how much Ruby Amethyst showed up today.
We were talking last match about it. I mean, Gabe, I think it's because it was what won the European Continental. So a lot of people are gonna think like, okay, that won. That's the deck I want to try to play.
That's very relevant. Yeah, absolutely.
So and obviously everybody else here that's not playing that's trying to see if they can beat that.
Okay, so we see a Pirate's Life in this Ruby Amethyst deck, which that is definitely spicy. So it looks like we started with the Chernobog's followers. So Ryan's going first on the Ruby Amethyst side against the Steel Song matchup here. Chernobog is always, in my opinion, the best one drop to play blind. He may not know what his opponent's playing yet, because you can make adjustments, pretty good adjustments based on if you want to banish the Chernobog, especially on the play. This is a pretty good. So Sticky Mickey being inked, and we're going to start with the Cinderella for Mark, which is always terrifying for someone with Chernobogs because you don't want that to get banished without getting your value. Unless you play another 2-drop, like maybe a Flynn that you'd rather them hit instead, and then you could probably quest with your Chernobog and keep it up and not banish it. All right, so we got an Inking Goat, Flynn. Yep. So there's the Flynn. So this is a good question here, right? Like, do you?
I don't.
Yeah, he's not. So he's trying to make sure that if Mark does have that Storm or Strength, he's going to make him choose between hitting the Chernobog and stopping the value, or hitting the Flynn.
Yeah, and a lot of times I see the Flynn gets taken out most because sometimes if you just can't get something bigger on board, that Flynn just starts running away with the low
Absolutely. Okay, so we got Calhoun on 2 and no song. He passes it back. So Ryan getting rewarded big time for not blowing up that Chernobog. I kind of wonder if he should have swung the Cinderella in. Maybe not. I don't know. It's a question, right? To trade the Chernobog with the Cindy. If you don't have any songs in hand, you might as well get some value there.
Yeah, he's probably banking on later being able to sing
Strength.
Strength.
Yeah, going super wide in the singing strength, which is super relevant. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because I mean that's really the only way he's gonna take out especially that Maui shark that just start eating his board.
Yep. Even a Sisu here is a Sisu is rough for him to deal with, right? Because he's got 5 cards in hand.
Yeah.
So that Sisu has 6 attack at the moment.
Yeah. So right now, removing that Flynn Rider is probably gonna be top priority if he can't remove the Sisu.
Yep.
Otherwise, Flynn's just gonna start ticking up Ryan's lore counter.
Okay, so we do see Doc. So we know we have the list in front of us as well, but Mark is more on a Doc list than a Whole New World. So no aerials.
Similar to the DeCandio list that we saw win a few weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Couple minor changes. He doesn't have the mine train location.
Yeah, none of the mines. No Seven Dwarfs mines.
No Seven Dwarfs mines, no Happies.
A lot of characters. So another Calhoun. But that means that this Flynn is going to trigger for 3 lore. Setting up. He doesn't want to give him any value with the questing Calhoun.
No, yeah, he's probably. I think
Oh,
he's
here we go. Nice, get a little lore counter. That's good.
He's probably gonna try to go wide here and just start strengthening to remove anything in his way.
He's at 5. Oh, from the Chernobog, yeah.
Chernobog, yeah. Chernobog into the Flynn.
Yep. All right, so Flynn triggers. It's hard to see Ryan's hand. Looks like a genie. It's probably coming down. Yeah.
He
So
inked a fox. Played a genie.
Genie is also really hard for Mark to deal with, right? Because now you have to pick what you're going to remove with. If you do get to the point where you sing that strength.
Yeah, what do you take off the board?
Yep.
Do you take off the biggest threat? Do you take the evasive threat? Do you take what's just passively gaining lore? A lot of times the Sisu becomes less threatening when we see Steel Song players get their whole hand dumped out into the dock.
Mm-hmm.
But he's probably
quite a ways
turns
from
away
that.
from
Yeah,
that.
he's quite a ways from that
he's
for
not,
sure.
He's not in that range yet. And double Calhoun into red purple is not really what you want. The resist doesn't really help you in that Sisu.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be at 0 lore at this point in the game as the Amber Steel player, right? Like there's not a lot of pressure, and you're just gonna let red purple kind of sit there and play the attrition game, which is what they excel at, just getting value.
Yep, if they take it to the late game and they have control, it's really hard to come back. So let's see.
Passages again, another pass.
Another pass. Yeah, he's definitely going wide for the.
Lawrence is good though. Lawrence helps open up there's no free trades.
Yeah, he has to be scared to tap Sisu down.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, I would definitely trade a Lawrence for a Sisu any day on that side of the
Absolutely. Board. But even as Mark, if you quest with it, I guess now he's going to be the point where he's at Maui, so he could actually trade Maui. Mm-hmm. Now we do see I think a Pirate's Life in Ryan's hand here.
He inks another little Sisu.
Yeah, that's another genie. This is not looking great for Mark. He's going to start ticking away. Oh, also the Lawrence stopped the Flynn Flynn from triggering, which is also super relevant. But he's going to start gaining evasive lore here that can't be interacted with.
Really, nothing in his deck has evasive.
I wonder if you do quest with Sisu there. He has to 2 for. Well, he doesn't 2 for 1 because he could give Lawrence, but yeah, then you don't win Flynn anymore. There it is. He finally found the storm.
Finally removes the Flynn. And that is one thing about like this list that's a little harder when you don't play the aerial.
Yep.
Those songs don't come up as frequently, and he's only playing 8 songs.
Yep.
So Steel Songs is not as many songs
definitely loses points into this matchup specifically.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I played around with the deck quite a bit. And I don't know a deck that can beat this version on the draw. When that deck goes first, I don't know. Wait, what did he just? He minused his lore. I think he missed the. He missed the lore counter there.
Well,
yeah, I think he missed that lore counter. He should be at 2, 4, 5. He should be at 5 lore.
He's down. Looks like Ryan's telling him now.
Yeah. 4. Should be
5.
Oh, he sung. Yeah, he sung this.
Oh, he sung
You're
this
right. Right. Yeah. 4.
So 4. Yeah. So yeah, it's what we thought. Like he's kind of going for that wide board. So now he's like, you have bigger creatures, but I have more creatures.
And not just that. How does Mark ever kill these genies? Yeah. There's like. I mean, his only answers are strengths.
Yeah, there's no interaction.
So this is going to be, again, you don't want to be at this point in the game. Ryan's going to, I think he can go to 6 ink this turn.
Yeah, you can go to 6 ink. You're basically a turn off from B prep.
So
now.
if he quests out, he goes to 14, plays Pirate Life, goes to 16. I don't think that Mark can ever stop. He can't kill both genies unless his dock goes like runner. Okay, so he killed the Cindy.
He's probably scared of the shift line here.
Yeah, that's a good point. With
the Cindy, or just singing that strength for free. So that's probably a good choice to remove that. Because either way, Cindy singing the removal spells for free or Cinderella Knight coming down is not what Ryan wants to see.
There's also some merit to not playing Pirate's Life. game to not show his opponent that he's
he
playing
has
it
yeah,
because
absolutely.
I mean at this point in the game
Doesn't
you're
need
so
it.
far ahead you probably don't need it. So I could see merit in just
Yeah, just keeping it back, not letting him know.
I don't and then he's gonna bounce the Chernobog, but I feel like I would have probably banished that because now
Yeah.
you just gave Calhoun free. Okay, there we go. That makes sense now.
He wants the bounce target.
Yep, yep, that makes
And then
sense.
Fox can
Now he
take
kills
out
Lawrence probably.
Lawrence, just trade. Or remove one Calhoun.
Couldn't I feel like he probably should have played the no, because Calhoun would still stop Flynn from triggering. Instead of inking the Flynn, I'm wondering if you bounced the Chernobog, ink the Chernobog to play the Flynn down that he inked.
He's about to replay it.
Yeah, which I mean it's fine. Again, he's so far ahead. I think I would have probably challenged the Lawrence instead.
No, yeah, that's probably what I would have done too. Because Lawrence can take out pretty much everything.
Well, now I mean Mark only has one card in hand, so Lawrence is probably gonna be able to swing into Sisu and still live.
Yeah.
So now you swing, or yeah, I mean that's even better, right? That's free value.
Mm-hmm.
That's better. I mean he could claw back here. There's a lot of lore on Mark's side.
He has the dock, so he's gonna get 2 cards. Yeah, he does a lot, and he has the Lilos now, which is big. Like if the Lilos get removed, then he has no cards in hand. He's just looping Lilos, and if Ryan doesn't have an answer to it, they're just gonna tick him back up, put him right back in the game. It's
It'll be
really
12-12, right?
Yeah, it's really the genies that are kind of keeping Ryan ahead right now, just because the only interaction Mark has in his whole deck is let the Storm Rage on and Strength of Raging Fire.
I do think if he took that line I mentioned with questing out and playing Pirate's Life, he would have won this next turn. Now he's actually looking like he might be in trouble.
Yeah, no, yeah, because you're right. There's nothing to kill.
He couldn't have killed the 2 genies, and yeah,
possibly one, but that still takes him to 18.
Yeah,
and then if he can't kill the other genie, it's over.
Yep.
So yeah, that's probably what he should have done. He had no real threat where he needed to take out a Calhoun.
Yeah, he could have actually just kept the Fox up.
Yeah.
Calhoun's gonna trade into Sisu no matter what, anyways. Because then he'd be at 17. No, if he kept Fox up, he would actually be at exactly lethal next turn.
Yeah.
You have to put him on having removal, right? Because he'd be at 18 with Pirate's Life, play Pirate's Life to win.
Kill the Fox, kill something like the smallest thing you could target.
Yeah, that's okay. There's the strength. Okay, so that's wow. Mark's gonna turn this. I think Mark's gonna turn this. Be prepared. Probably the only thing.
Yeah, be prepared is good, but it takes that genie out.
It does, but he kind of has to at this point. What do we have here? Flynn. See, even bouncing. No, Flynn wouldn't have done anything there. Last turn.
Yeah.
If he kept the Fox up and not quested it and played the Flynn. No, but Lawrence is still up. Never mind.
I think you're right. He should have just.
He should have turned everything sideways and made him.
And said, "Hey, kill 2 genies."
And maybe he got a little too cute, thinking I can hide this, like we mentioned, because that is part of it.
That is part of it. I mean, he's still not in a bad spot. He's on his B prep turn, so you could quest out.
Yeah, he has to quest Chernobog first to see what he finds. But
Unless
Mark can go to. Something. Mark literally has lethal on board here. Right?
Yeah, he does. He literally has lethal. It's just removal.
Double Lilo is lore really fast.
Yes.
And I think that's what kind of turned it for him.
That's the one card that you do want to see against Red Purple, because as many times as they remove it,
you're
just going to say, okay, I'm going to bring it right back.
Yep.
Might have to go take those Lilos to Peter Raimundo.
Yeah, you should, for sure, yeah.
Just keep looping those.
Again, big shout out to Southside Gaming here in Margate, graciously hosting this awesome tournament that they all did for free. We're just having a great time here, and there's so many people, lots of Lorcana, just passionate people, so it's a fun time. And Peter Raimundo being here is really cool too.
It's a big. We try to have good events for everybody, good practice, have a good time, have fun, let everybody kind of see where the meta's sitting, so the next big tournament everybody's ready.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would not expect to see Pirate's Life in a red purple build.
Nope.
And, I'm trying to see if cutting that Mine Train is the right choice for Steel Songs right
Just
now.
to go even more character based.
Just more character based, yeah, because that was a big piece of their removal package. Was,
Yeah, yeah.
Was that so? That's and we saw in the beginning he struggled with removal
Specifically for genies, and
for
I think
genies.
the other cut that we see because he's not playing Mind Train, he's not playing Happy.
Yep.
So
That's
not having the Happy that has the evasive is
no, exactly.
in Genie Wars you're giving up some points, but I guarantee this version's probably better into red blue.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're
Ruby
probably absolutely
Sapphire.
right. Yeah, because you look at Baloo.
Yeah,
he
Baloo
plays
is.
Baloo. I mean, that card. You get to like 19 and you play Baloo, and it's like, what do they
It's
do?
always
18,
gaining lore.
18,
It's always
yeah,
gaining lore.
It's gonna get there.
Oh, Elsa's not bad here.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you want to give
Well,
your opponent.
he doesn't know this, but Ryan's sitting on lethal, right? Because he's got that Pirate's Life. Wow, another strength. Oh,
Yeah,
that's big.
That's what he needs.
That's game.
That's what he needed.
That's gonna end it, I think. Unless he has to find a Be Prepared now.
Yeah, he's gotta wipe the board.
Even a Be Prepared is kind of just delaying the net. Oh, if we get a
Yeah,
thumbs
'cause
down.
The double strength thumbs down. Chat hates to see.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Let's see if we get a thumbs up for the B prep.
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah,
I see a
'cause
Friends, so he can sing Friends with Rabbit.
Yeah, he can sing Friends.
He has to sing Friends.
How many B prep is he on? Is he on 3?
Let's scroll down here. Let's see. He's on 3.
He's on 3. Okay. So he's got his odds aren't horrible considering he hasn't seen one.
I think he's just trying to think if he has any other, like if he sings with this rabbit, does he lose anyways? He has to find Be Prepared. But the problem is he plays Be Prepared, right? And they just come back with two Lilos.
No,
And you have to kill the 2 Lilos every turn.
Yeah, you have to kill 2 Lilos every turn. That is the problem that Lilo presents for red blue and red purple is you can kill me, but how many times can you kill me?
Yeah. I think the spices, Find a Way, I think it's called, or We'll Find a Way from the it's a Moana song, 1 cost, that you put 3 cards from your opponent's graveyard into the deck.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
you play that and throw the Lilos back in the deck like that, and you draw a card. Not bad tech for Lilo.
No, but in a world where you have to tech for Lilo.
Yeah, no, it's not good either.
That's not good.
Yeah,
that means Lilo.
But it does hit items, so
yeah.
you're hitting the Tamatoa targets late game like dimes and stuff like that.
You get
so
popsicles.
it's a card I've thought about for purple decks, Blurple and.
It's not bad. Yeah, if Lorcana ever initiated like a sideboard.
Oh man, yeah. Your sideboard is all your inkable cards that you have. It's just a different game.
Yep.
Which I think what makes it we love it.
That's where some of those cards really would go crazy,
Yeah.
Where you're just, oh my god, this card's really good in some matchups, really bad in others.
Yep.
But that is the beauty of Lorcana is you ink those cards that you don't need in those matchups.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this deck building so fun.
I'm not sure why he's tanking here. Yeah, okay. He just scooped. Yeah, I don't think he had anything else.
Yeah, it looked like he drew a snake and something else.
Yeah, you snake the rabbit, you don't have enough to play. Be Prepared, and Pirate's Life doesn't save you there. So, yeah, I mean, that was an interesting game. I really thought Ryan was going to win that early on.
He was set up to do it. It's almost like he might have been thinking like less like an aggro deck. He's like, normally an aggro deck's like I'm just gonna turn everything sideways.
Yep.
He's thinking like the normal plays are to obviously for red, purple, and red blue.
Yeah.
For Ruby Amethyst, Ruby Sapphire, you're dealing with your opponent's board.
Yep. Oh, okay, we are.
Here we are. We're back. But you're dealing with your opponent's board.
There's 2 of you. 2 Kylies.
There's 2 Kylies.
It says 2 Kylies.
Kylie, baby. But yeah, so you're usually dealing with your opponent's board.
Yep.
But in some cases, like we saw here, just because of how far ahead he was, he could have just aggroed it out.
Yep, 100%. I really think he'll probably look back at this and watch the VODs later, and we'll see that if he would have, turned sideways and played the Pirate's Life, I really think that he would have won the game there.
Because even it was strength back to back on the genies, but you just get to that 18 range.
I mean, he drew a few cards. I don't know if they were legit back to back.
Well, I think he's not back to back, but he strength it turn after turn.
Oh, he did, yes.
It was turn to turn.
Yep.
So, even losing those genies, you're still in that 18 range.
Yeah.
I mean, really, once you get there, you're just putting down a Tremaine or another genie or a big Sisu or
Yep.
really a goat even, and you're just kind of saying like, yeah, I have the game.
And you kind of knew that Mark didn't have those strengths in hand because he didn't answer the
He didn't
genie
answer
earlier when he
earlier.
had 4 characters
Yeah.
out. So you that would have been my
Tell.
turn. Like I would have just done it and said, all right. But you do kind of leave yourself open if they did run strength, but then you're sitting at 18 lore. Like that's
No,
an
yeah,
uphill
it's
battle for them to deal with.
absolutely, absolutely, especially when goats in play.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
goat
Goat bounce
easily.
will do it most of the time. All right, here we go.
Round,
So Ryan will be on the play again. This game.
game 2. Looks like they maybe resolved their moles already.
Okay, here we go. So he's got on the red side we got Flynn, 1-drop, Sisu, or not Sisu. I'm sorry.
He's got a
1-drop Flynn into Fox, which will give you 4 attack. We do see the shark.
Got the shark,
Yeah.
which very very good in this matchup. The shark.
Yeah, and you don't see it. So one thing to be said here is Mark did not see his opponent play Pirate's Life or his opponent play Shark.
Yes.
Which I think are 2 very, very relevant cards in this matchup because you typically would not play around them as a Steel Song. I mean, Amber Steel. I shouldn't even call it Steel Song anymore. There's only 8 songs in the deck, right?
Yeah.
But you don't anticipate seeing those cards in this matchup, so he could get caught out by that. But we'll see here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I mean they are good additions to Red Purple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that Pirate's Life is really what allows these more control decks to have a chance against aggro decks when you have Lilo and you have Piglet and you have Daisy Duck.
Yep.
You know, these cards that are very very hard to remove in the early game.
Yeah.
They put that pressure and you can just kind of build up.
Yeah.
And then tone them back down a little bit so that you have that breathing room.
Absolutely, gives you a little bit of room, like you said. I'm Shark. I'm not sold on it in Ruby Amethyst personally, unless you're playing a straight up burn deck, which has a bunch of actions in it.
Yeah.
Just because if you're playing on turn 6 without it having haste, it's rough, right?
It's kind of like a target.
Yeah,
It's like, can I survive?
It does stop the aggro players from questing at that point, but what lore count are they at, right, on turn 6? Like, you have to really... And Ruby Amethyst does have those tools to deal with it, but all right, so we start with turn 1, Magic Broom, which is one of the best 1-drops because it has that 2 health. So if you have a Crab as Ruby Amethyst, it's able to Crab into Daisy, which he's probably anticipating. You know, whenever I'm playing against a Daisy deck, I want Broom on 1.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Daisy. Ever since Daisy's come out, it's almost shaken up the early game, just because you need to have something to. There she is. Just because you have to have something to deal with her.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do.
If you let her go and she gets like 6 to 8 lore, it's very very hard to climb back from.
Yep. Okay, Inca Flynn, play a Flynn, and Broom will quest for 1.
So he does choose not to
Banish it. Yeah, I think that's right because if he.
But he doesn't actually play Crab. Actually, now that I look at it.
Oh man, you're right.
So
There's not a Crab in this list.
Maybe
he's just gonna Fox
it.
He's gonna Fox it.
That's the Fox target. Fox bounce it.
Wow, no Crab in a purple deck. Wow.
Yeah, looks like cuts had to be made.
Yeah, I mean to fit the Sharks in, for sure, in the Pirate's Life.
Pirate's Life.
He still got all the draw of Rabbit and Genie.
Yeah, so the purple package is intact minus Crab.
I think the meta's too aggro heavy to not play Crabs in my opinion.
I agree. I think Crab is he's a very very good card. Play him, gain the thing next turn, bounce him, gain it again, or check Crab into something, let Crab die, gain 3.
Yep.
Like Crab kind of creates the battle mechanics that you need to kind of clear your opponent's board in a purple deck.
See, I like this from Mark. So he's contemplating here because he doesn't want to give this Daisy up, because the problem is if he doesn't find, I don't think I see it in his hand. I don't think I see any songs to be able to finish off a Fox if it does swing in here. So he's thinking like if I give this value for Fox, he's gonna banish my Daisy and have a Flynn trigger that I need to deal with.
Yep. And if Piglet's farther from
Piglet is
Piglet won't be online unless he has a couple 1-drops in hand. But
I think he does have a couple 1-drops. I think he may have if he does have a Lawrence, that would stop the Flynn from triggering. But then you don't get like you said, you don't get the Piglet.
Yeah.
So Oh, I don't like that play.
He chooses to brawl it.
He just
So,
brawled and didn't quest?
brawl pass.
Okay. I think he does have a fox in hand, right? He didn't ink his
He
fox.
opened with a fox. He's keeping a little. I see a Maui.
I think I see an Elsa too.
So maybe he did. Maybe he did have to ink the fox.
We must have missed it then, but
He might
yeah.
have had to ink the fox. Like he probably didn't want to, but he probably was forced to, just because he values like Maui and Elsa.
He didn't.
More.
I hope he didn't. Oh, he just drew a fox though.
Okay, so fox is back in play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this is. I mean, it's not as good as foxing would have been last turn.
Yeah, I mean Broom
Oh.
here can trade with.
We switched some cameras here.
okay.
Okay, back. Just wanted you guys to see who's working hard behind the scenes there.
Those are
We
the
got
boys.
Stefan and Gabe.
Steph and Gabe, those are the boys.
Yeah,
man.
they're working hard. So
They're making this happen for you guys.
Yeah.
Give a shout out to the boys. Yeah, I mean he can check Piglet with the broom if he wants to. It's not a
no,
No,
he can't.
check.
It's a
It's
1-2.
a
He can
1-2,
quest
it's a
it, then bounce with
he can
Fox.
quest it and bounce it.
Play the broom back down.
Yeah, play the broom back down.
I really wish I saw what he inked that turn to play the brawl, because
Yeah.
I wonder if he inked the Fox to play the brawl, because he had it in his opener, right?
Yeah, he did have. Yeah, started with a fox.
If that was the case,
Must have been his second turn ink.
no, he inked a Flynn. I remember he inked a Flynn to play a Flynn.
Flynn,
I don't
yeah.
remember what he inked turn 1 now, but
So there goes the Maui, which he got off the Daisy.
that's the great thing about, like, we're gonna have all these VODs posted up too. Like,
Yeah,
these,
so we
these
can-
players get a chance to come back and look at.
See what
I
they
mean, look,
did.
it's super nerve wracking to be on stream. I think all of us make mistakes when you're in a high. I mean, you can. It's easy to get sidetracked, right? And kind of
Yeah.
focus in on whatever
100%.
play you see. So to have this information to come back and look at is just gonna make you a better player. So
Yeah.
we'll probably see that here. So here comes the Fox. Now we're gonna bounce
Take it
back
up.
the broom.
Take out the Piglet.
Yep. I think it's bye bye.
And then he still has the bigger body.
Yep, he does, but he, unlike with him being able to kill the Daisy the turn before, he probably doesn't mind putting the Mickey into
No.
the
Yeah.
Fox there. So
Yeah, Mickey into Fox.
yeah, you don't want to give your Piglet to Fox, right? But Mickey,
Mickey
you're
into
probably
Fox is
okay with
fine.
that. This is more what we'd anticipate seeing in this matchup, I would say.
Yeah, a
Like
little more back and
if you're
forth.
if you're the Amber Steel player here for Mark, like this is kind of where you want to be. You're at 5 lore with the Lilo on board, so Lilo's probably making you 7. He does need to find something that stops the Flynn trigger, even just that 2 attack, because right now he doesn't have anything that stops the Flynn trigger.
No. Yeah, Lawrence would have been really nice right now.
It looks like he has a Sven. So Sven's another card that Mark is playing in his list, which I think is also
Yeah.
very spicy.
Takes the trade.
Yeah, which I think is a great trade for him.
Late game too, actually Lilo starts becoming good if you need
Yeah,
to make trades. If you
100%.
have nothing in your hand.
Yeah.
And you just make the trade and bring it right back.
Yep. So he inked the Sven. I was gonna wonder if he would quest. No trigger from Doc. He plays Doc. Plays another Doc. Sheds it. Draws 2. Wow, he's gonna give him the 3 lore.
So he inked the Sven, and the Sven is an interesting card we see in here. 3/3
Yeah.
for 2.
And it restands.
And it
character.
restands a character on play.
And it
Like,
would have stopped the Flynn.
it
from
would have
going
stopped
off.
the Flynn.
But he didn't have another inkable.
But that, yeah, so again, sometimes, the card
Yeah.
you want to play has to get inked.
It's unfortunate. It's exactly he had to take that line because he had no inkable in hand.
Then he just kind of double docked.
Double docked and shedded the Baloo.
Yeah.
I think we have an Elsa and Ryan's hand here.
So goat, B
Go
prep.
Elsa, be prep, and I can't see the one in the middle there.
So he's inking the goat. And I would imagine Elsa comes down here. And
Yeah.
We'll just start, start
Yeah, I
taking
definitely
stuff.
think Elsa comes down for
taking
sure.
stuff off
I think
the
I
board.
probably quest with the broom to draw another card off of the Elsa.
Yeah, Broom's kind of at the point where he needs to just get you that hand advantage.
Or you.
Into the Lilo, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if this.
He probably wants to make Mark decide if he's going to bring the Lilo back or not right now, just because the ink count is so low.
But I just think using your Flynn there.
Yeah, Flynn is a.
Because now you just gave him a free
Rough.
trade for Flynn, and you saw last turn he didn't have a 2 attack character to put down to stop it from triggering. So,
yeah, so he instantly takes that.
yeah, that's a value trade. I mean,
value trade.
oh man, that's a big punish.
Yeah, that is not what we want to see.
That is a big punish for
As
sure.
a Steel Song player, yeah.
The fact that Mark had to play one of his draw engines being Doc without using its effect, and then still being able to get his other draw engine off, which is Rapunzel. Getting 2 is pretty good. Oh, he's the Inca Rapunzel too.
Inca Rapunzel, okay.
He is still low on cards. I think he's got 3 in hand left.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of steam.
Big Sisu.
I think that turn before I would have played the Elsa, handled the Lilo.
I would have left the 2 docks up.
Left the docks up and then banished the broom and drawn the card.
If he goes wider, so be it. You have that. Be prepared for the following turn, you know, or something like that.
Yeah, but that way, like I do think removing the Lilo at this lore count is right, just because, or not lore count, but in count. Sorry.
Yep.
Just because you kind of force him, like, you know, if he would have played that Lilo, he wouldn't have been able to play Rapunzel off the top.
Yep. And if you banish the broom, he can't swing anything into the Rapunzel to draw, right? Exactly. Because Elsa's up.
Yeah, so you're almost playing around your opponent in a way.
And he'd have to play a card that has 2 attack or more, because the Elsa would still be up with Flynn.
Still be online, exactly. So I think your line there would have probably been the most optimal here. But it's still very, very early in the game.
Absolutely.
So he does choose a Lilo here, meaning max 4 ink. So the only thing in his deck he really can't play here if he has it is a Kita.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen yet.
We have not seen.
Okay, so we get the Lawrence.
No.
So now he's at the point where he's got those characters out with larger
butts,
larger toughness. Yeah. That like Elsa and Genie just can't really ram into.
True.
So
and then you still have to deal with this Lilo every turn.
Every turn.
Crab. Oh, he doesn't have Crab. I keep forgetting. I was gonna say Crab is a pretty good draw here, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The crab would kind of help him against these larger toughness characters, but
Tremaine is not bad either. You see the Tremaine in hand, but he elected not to play it and just passed. Is he only at 5? I think he's only at 5 with no Inkables in hand. Unless that middle card is Pirate's Life. But he should have inked it if that's the guy. I doubt it.
I would. Yeah, I actually think he got bricked up where he had no ink this turn.
Which again, he didn't draw off that broom, so that's one more card he would have drawn.
Yeah, there's a certain point in the game where Chernobyls and brooms.
Yeah.
Is almost like
the amount of times I've played a broom just to draw off of it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't even quest with it. I just want
to
draw.
Broom and play the card you really want to play.
100%.
Yeah, you get to that point where they're just your draw power. They're really not going to do much on board. And in this case, you see it kind of becomes a liability if with Rapunzel's because even drawing one card is still going to help.
Gotta love. I mean, this is pretty. Yeah, this is a pretty bad brick. But again, I really think he should have drawn that extra card with that broom.
Yeah.
I want to know what that last card. Okay, there's a Maui. What is that other card in the middle there? Sisu? I can't see that second to last card. It does look like a Pirate's Life. But there's no way he would hold it and not ink and play Tremaine last turn.
Yeah.
Unless he's going to play Pirate's Life here. Ink in the Maui.
So ink's the Maui.
Can't see it from the top. Sisu Tremaine, be prepared. It is Pirate's Life. I'm telling you, it's Pirate's Life. Or maybe Medusa. Oh, it's Medusa. Okay. Medusa. Yeah, so he did have completely full on inkables. I'm not gonna say this is over though because Ryan still has like his hand is straight answers.
Yeah, he can remove everything. The most problematic thing that he's gonna run into is this Lilo.
This Lilo is actually gonna give him problems.
This Lilo's gonna give him issues because we're now at 17.
But he has to find 2 straight ink off the top, right? Because if he inks, plays Be Prepared, then he brings a Lilo back.
But let's be honest, Be prepping a Lilo and a Lawrence.
You have to though.
No, he has
He's
to.
17,
it doesn't feel good. But
he literally has to find.
He has to find an inkable. He has to find an inkable, and he has a lot. I'm actually very surprised.
Actually,
That
I
he
don't think he'd be prepared this turn. If Mark doesn't play anything, it's definitely Medusa Tremaine.
which is Tremaine.
Medusa swing into Lilo and
Check.
then Tremaine.
Yeah, Tremaine the Lawrence. Yeah, yeah. Keep his board state and just save. Be prepared is like the eject button.
Yeah,
If
hundred
you
percent.
need a way out.
Let's see. This Ruby Amethyst list is on 15 uninkables, which is actually not bad at all.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually very surprised that he ran into that. I mean, only playing one Sisu, two Medusa, two Tremaine, um, three Rabbit.
He's forcing the B prep here, which I like. I think this is a good play.
Yeah, because you follow up with Lilo.
Was it inkable? Yeah, it's a fox, so it's inkable.
Okay, so he has ink.
He has to find one more inkable to kind of somewhat stabilize, right? Because he does he quests here.
He needs to Sisu after.
He needs the Sisu after.
And again, still you're still just unfortunately just chasing that Lilo.
And I wonder from Mark's side, I can't see his other two cards, but I wonder if you just play the Piglet instead of the Smee there. But he's probably not going to play around the big Sisu, but Smee would, right? Like if you played Lilo Smee now, and I don't know what that last card is.
He probably only really needed to play the Piglet.
That's what I'm saying, because then that still pressures the lore and makes him be prepared.
Because in this turn, you go Smee.
See, now this gets big Sisu'd.
Yep, it does.
Obviously, we have full information, so it's a little unfair of us to say this would be we have all information, so it's easy for us to point out what the line would be.
Definitely still the right play though, right here. Definitely still the right play from.
But if that's a Smee instead,
if that is a Smee instead,
if he has the same exact line, but plays Piglet Smee, that's game.
Yeah.
Now it has to be. Oh, he did find double. He found double inkables. This game is not over now.
Okay, so we get the board. The only problem is so now we get to, do we double Lilo, which we do.
He has to, absolutely.
So we
every
double
turn.
Lilo
Literally every turn now.
And then we see if we have something little enough to follow up with two.
Yeah, and see that's the thing now. If he doesn't have if he has one more character, I think it was Rapunzel and something else. If he has another character
like
that he can play, I think he just passed.
Yeah. So they deal with these.
So we got Sisu and Tremaine, which he can kill both. So he plays the Tremaine and the big Sisu swings into one of the Lilos.
Yeah, the problem he's gonna have is he can keep killing the Lilos, but he can't gain the lure. He's gonna have to just keep swinging and checking.
Yep.
And he's gonna have to.
Well, he'll eventually get wide enough to where he can kill them.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get over that hump.
And he's gonna quest for a bunch of lore in one turn.
Tremaine, all right, we lose a Lilo.
And then that kills the other Lilo.
Kills the other Lilo. So then next turn we have two Lilos that we can swing into.
All right, so Lilo. Oh, he does one this time because he has that Rapunzel out.
Yeah.
Oh, can he ink and Rapunzel Daisy?
That's a mean play. Oh, he plays the Pluto bodyguard.
I don't know about that.
So, So Pluto's taking.
He takes 5, right?
Yeah, Pluto's
the other cute thing you could do is if you have Bell, you take the 1 damage off of your Sisu, put it on the Pluto. And he only does 1 damage, and then your Sisu lives.
Yeah. So essentially here.
We don't have Bell in this list either, though. I'm just looking at it now.
This Pluto is actually kind of problematic.
Well, he has to swing the big Sisu into it.
Yeah.
This is not bad, right? Because now he can big Sisu into Pluto, and then just Elsa swings Lilo, and he quests for 2.
Yeah, so that's not bad. Oh,
what? Oh, so he values keeping that big Sisu alive.
For the 3 quest power.
For the 3 quest power, exactly. I don't think I would have played the 5 cost Elsa yet. I think you just play the 3 cost Sisu and wait to see what he plays the following turn, because you may need to exert it, you know.
Yeah. You know what I think it is? I think he wants to be able to bounce the Tremaine and the Sisu later.
Potentially.
I think that's potentially what it is, because
But you didn't ink that turn, so you're still only at 8 ink.
Yeah.
You could bounce Tremaine, but you can't bounce. You can't. Oh yeah, actually, you can shift it, right? What is it? Shift.
You can shift 6. That's what. So I think that's what I would think about here is, hey, Can I
Mm.
okay, there's the line you're talking
This
about.
is where you want the Elsa, right?
Yeah. Well, not
He
not
didn't
if you
even.
can bounce the Sisu here.
Well, big
If
yeah.
we bounce the big Sisu, we shift the
That's
Sisu
kind of his
here.
only out.
And if we have a snake, we need a snake here. Do we have the snake?
I think
Oh,
that's probably it. Okay, he can sing. He can sing that friends, but
can sing
he has
the
to find
friends.
brawl, right?
Yeah, he needs a brawl. Let's see, we got one.
It's literally one turn. I think if he does kill one, oh, he did find the brawl. Holy cow!
He gets the brawl.
I think he actually wins now. It's a brawl and an Elsa. Um, yeah, because you know he's questing now, so you turn these sideways for 5.
Yeah. Daisy might
You go
get
to
him.
11.
Daisy might get him a card, which is smart to leave.
Go to 11, and then the following turn you're threatening 5, 7, 9. You're threatening lethal.
Yeah, you're threatening lethal. So he
Holy
he
cow.
actually pushed Mark to the break point here. And it really all came down to that turn where Mark did the Smee Piglet,
Yep.
took the board wipe,
Yep.
where that Smee would have brought him to. Even still, he'd only be at 19 if you think about it.
He'd win right here.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I do think, again, if we go back to the Elsa play, and guys, like we're critiquing this, but we have full information. Obviously, the opponents
Yeah,
they don't know.
yeah, they don't know.
They don't know that. But if he held that Elsa and just played the Sisu down, and trades his big Sisu, his clock is slower, but he would have actually been able to kill both the Daisy and the Rapunzel because of that brawl that he found off the top.
Yeah, you get the tap. Yeah, the scary thing about red purple is
They're never really dead.
Yeah, unless you're getting a Chernobog, a Broom, or like a Flynn off the top, essentially everything else is just
Friends.
gas.
So Daisy misses. Friends would have been a little nice there.
Yeah.
I mean, does he see? He did have the strength.
Yeah,
Okay.
the strength. So he finishes the big C.
I think he has one card in hand. He's at 19. So he may have to put this Tremaine into the Daisy. We got that. We'll probably have the Elsa actually. So he can Elsa. How can you get the most lore out of this turn? We can't see his other card. He's thinking really hard here, tanking on this turn. Is it a snake? Oh, that's the Elsa. That's the Elsa. Okay, and the last card is a.
Hard to see. He's holding on to it though.
Yeah, but so he takes probably Elsa and Genie into Daisy, and then Sisu into Lilo, and then Quest for 2 with Tremaine.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a bounce. Does he? Quested first, so I'm wondering if he has the bounce for.
Bounce with Tremaine.
So just like we talked about, so he did Elsa, Genie into Daisy, and Sisu into Lilo.
So Mark is slowing him down.
Yeah, but I think this is still lethal on board again, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 7. Without playing his last card, I think is an Elsa in hand. So Mark didn't do double Lilo here.
He needs to find removal.
I also think that Pluto kind of hurt him too.
Yeah, Pluto slowed the opponent down and also slowed him down.
Yeah, because he had Rapunzel and something else on in hand. Yeah.
He needed to just put as many bodies on board as he can.
Yeah, and then you make the opponent B prep again, and then just keep cycling your Lilos. He's gonna run out of options eventually.
All right, so we're actually
1-1 going to game 3.
Going to game 3 here.
Saucy, that was game 2. Both games have honestly looked like the person in front was gonna just clean house and end it, and then all of a sudden the other player comes back.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Oh, here we go. I think they're just getting ready for game 3, so they switched over to us for a second. Yeah, again, it is we're going into game 3. That was game 2, 1-1. And this will actually be the first time that Mark has to play. And that Amber Steel deck going first.
That is a tough deck to deal with.
Can be rough.
That's
yeah.
something you don't want to run into early on in a tournament. Losing the dice roll to an Amethyst Amber.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're again. I tested this deck quite a bit,
Amber
because
Steel.
yeah, this Amber
Amber
Steel
Steel.
dock deck, it's just so fast. Opening Daisy into either double Daisy, uh, Lawrence, Piglet, whatever. There's just so many threats that come out so fast. It's very hard to keep up with.
Yeah, they just run away with it if they curve out right. And
Yep.
if Daisy just hits the right cards on the
Hmm.
top for red purple, it hits the friends, it hits
The be
the
prepared.
brawls, the be
The be
prepared.
Pirate's life in this instance.
Yep. Yep. Which I still don't think
He hasn't played
he's
either.
seen Pirates
He
Life.
hasn't played the Pirate's Life, and he has not played the Shark.
The
We
shark.
haven't seen either
Yeah,
one of
so
those
we
tech
haven't seen the
cards.
tech cards, which are actually very, very good in this matchup. So
Yeah, the Zombie Lilo has looked much better than she's looked in most of the games I've seen, to be honest,
yeah,
in this matchup. All right, we have Shark.
Treeborn Lilo.
Yeah, yeah.
Treeborn Lilo. So
Let's
let's
see.
see. So not a very fast
He
opening.
hasn't. So he has
For-
Flynn Sisu though,
Yes, Flynn Sisu.
but no one
No
drops.
one drop.
And Mark
Well,
has. It looks like I don't think a one drop either. Yeah, no one drops either. But Piglet, Lawrence. Oh no, that's Pete, not Lawrence, and a Doc. So he's probably gonna keep the Doc, but
I wonder if he keeps the Pete in this matchup and just slams the Pete
it's good.
right before
Right before the be
the Be
prepared turn
Prepared.
is very good.
Um,
So he kept the Doc. He's looking for those. One, I think he put one Lilo back.
he did put the Pete back.
Oh, he did. No, he only kept two.
He kept two.
He shedded that whole
Yeah,
hand. I think I
he's
would have
going.
kept Doc though.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna. I feel like you're gonna find the Doc at the four of, and you don't really want Doc till you're like at the end of the hand anyway.
On the play, you empty your hand really fast.
You do
so
empty your hand fast, but he didn't have one drop.
He didn't have a one drop,
drops.
so I
A
do
lot of
agree.
three
Like
drops.
missing a one drop would probably feel really bad into this
Yeah.
matchup.
So I feel like, I guess you're right. Maybe the only thing to keep there is a Doc with the
Mhm.
other two cards
Maybe one Piglet.
and a Piglet,
Mhm.
and then just really hope that you get.
I found another Piglet and a Lawrence. Still no one drop.
Still no one drop. So
Oof.
not the explosive start that.
Definitely not. Ink and Nikita and passing is not what you want to do when you're on the play.
This is what Ryan wants to see in a game 3.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you're like, okay, no one drop.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I'm not gonna get absolutely ran over. At least.
Oh, he inked the Pirate's Life. He showed the tech.
So he finally shows the Pirate's Life.
I don't disagree with you, Jaron. I do think Mark might have had
Yeah.
a better hand pre-mulligan.
Yeah, I think you're right too. I think that even just setting up and just holding that Pete if he could, and just having like, you just Pete and then.
But you do want to look for that one drop though. So I do
Yeah, you
get him
wanna find-
mulliganing
yeah.
that hard to try to find it. Because he doesn't even have double one drop to make this Piglet quest for
11.
3.
Plays 11 one
Wait,
drop.
Ryan Inkton passed? Did he mulligan the Flynn? Interesting. It's definitely an interesting start because I feel like you should have played the Flynn down.
Yeah.
And the Lawrence quest for 1. I don't mind seeing Piglet quest for 1 if you're Ryan here. So we got
No.
friends.
But there's no, Mark knows he's pretty safe
Thinking
because there's no
friends.
Fox follow up here.
Why did he not play Flynn?
I don't know if he has a Flynn.
He must have mulliganed it back.
Mulligan or inked.
Maybe he's like trying to be prepared for Cinderella, and maybe he thinks that Flynn on
Yeah.
the draw is not
Flynn
good.
on the draw's not good. 'Cause he goes Cinderella, he goes Flynn, she just sings it.
Yeah, I mean that hurts, but I don't know.
But uncontested Piglet last turn.
And then inking the friends. I wonder if I would have kept friends here so you can sing it with Sisu. I can't see what other. Well, now that would have probably died, but double storm.
Double Storm. Just get the Sisu off the board and probably doing a little digging here since his mulligan wasn't great. It's a very, very.
This is going to be a lot of lore this turn.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. No, because he's having another character, so Piglet's still only questing for 1.
Yeah, he's gonna go to 2. So he should be at 2.
Yeah,
Quested
he's at
once.
2. I think he's been writing it down and hasn't been updating on the lore counter, but he is at 2.
He's at 2. Yeah, just 2 vanilla Piglet quests.
Yep.
Interesting game for both players. Very, very slow.
Drew another friends.
I think hardcasting here.
I think you got to get a character down. I just inked it again, and it looks like shark. I think that is a shark at the end.
Yeah, you play the genie, and then
It's either a shark or a 5-cost Maui. A 5-cost Maui.
Maui. Genie can handle Piglet,
Yeah,
but then you still have that Lawrence running.
the Lawrence is still a problem, but you have shark or regular Maui next turn for Lawrence. You can actually trade for both. And Mark's hand looks like a blue. Man, I'm getting good at seeing like a quarter of a card and guessing what card it is. Yeah, that's the real skills
yeah, B
in the
prep up
commentating
there.
booth. Yeah.
Yep. B prep, Maui, a goat, not a goat,
rabbit.
a rabbit and a snake.
Yep.
Yeah, you just get that like corner art.
Yeah,
image,
it's hard to see. I kind of like Pluto here and Quest with both.
Yeah, that's
Mark.
not bad because then your genie dies essentially if you.
Or he has to Maui, but Maui still trades with it. Like okay, you're like all right, that's not that bad.
Then Genie takes out the Piglet.
But you still have Lawrence on board.
You still have Lawrence on board.
Yep.
But I think Ryan probably feels pretty good here to know that he didn't get absolutely blown away. And there's 2 storms down.
2 storms down. It's true.
That leaves 4 strengths and 2 storms.
Yep, Pluto. I think that's a good play. And obviously Mark doesn't know this, but Ryan not having bells in his list.
Yeah, he's not shifting any damage, so Pluto's staying completely online.
No characters out with damage anyways, but
and even
another no snake. I
Ink
thought it was
snake.
another friends. So 5 we're gonna play probably Maui here.
Play the Maui. Yeah, check the Pluto.
And that'll kill the pig. Banish the Piglet.
And that's a fine turn. For Ryan he did what he needed to do, and Mark's out here like, okay, well he wasted a Maui and.
I mean, Mark has a fistful of cards.
Yep. He's just like deal with these.
Which at this point in the game, you're kind of not expecting to have a fistful like this.
And there's a third.
I kind of like this stance he's taking. He's almost playing the mid range game. And this is typically kind of an aggro deck, but it can do this where it just controls the board.
Yeah.
Which is what makes it I think fun to play. Because at this point in the game, it's gonna be really hard for him to come back. I do wonder if I would have hard casted that storm instead of singing it just to get that extra lore on board.
I know, but he wanted to throw the gas.
He wanted to throw the gas on for sure. But I mean, you're only 1 turn away. I don't think he had a Pete. If he has a Pete, then that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I can't see his hand. If he does have a Pete, he's in really, really good shape because, right before B prep comes out, you Pete, and then you just a whole lot of lore on board.
Inking the Flynn. So we go. Medusa probably killed the Calhoun, I'd imagine. Yep.
Yeah, Medusa the Calhoun, which I'm pretty sure that Mark is perfectly fine with that because he still has 2 big boys on board.
Looks like Baloo. I think that's a strength.
A lot of bodyguarding this game.
Yeah, I mean he has to beat prep here. He goes to 13. I don't know if he has an inkable again, actually. He does. Was his last card the inkable? Right? Because he has a rabbit.
He just top decked a broom.
A broom, yeah. So that's an inkable at least.
So
and he has another friend still in hand.
Yeah, so it's looking like Mark's just kind of slowly putting out more than Ryan can deal with. But
no Lilos to worry about, though.
Lilos on
so he's able to quest and be prep.
I think that he does have Lilo in hand.
Gotta hit him with the Lorcana villain special. You know what that is?
No.
Be prepared.
Signals.
You never see that Lorcana villain? Man, he made it famous.
All right, well there it goes.
There it goes. Be prepared down. So Mark's gonna again hit the. He must have just drawn that.
Turn late on.
Had to have just drawn that.
Turn late on the Pete. 1 turn too late on the Pete.
Hey, look! I got a comment in the chat.
Hey.
From the Be Prepared. Again, that is the Lorcana villain special. Oh, this we got the spice. Now this makes it really difficult for Mark. You want to talk about a bad time to have a Lilo? It would be against a shark.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Shark just get back the B preps, get back the brawls, get back the pirates' lives.
Yep.
Yeah, And this is again where you see Mark was just kind of running away with it, but now that this is where the board's at,
He
Ryan
did ink one. He did ink one Pirate's Life.
big one parts left, so I think he has one left. He had two.
Okay. Singing. Oh man, is he
Oh,
gonna
that's the
find?
fourth.
That's the fourth
That's
storm.
the fourth storm.
Insane.
So only thing left is strength. He goes Mickey, Cindy, into the strength.
Oh my goodness.
all
That
right.
that hurts.
No hand now though. Mark
That
has no
hurts.
hand, so he's playing off the top. And Ryan's got a little grip.
And remember we talked about that Doc. I'm telling you, I feel like Doc you have to keep in the opener.
Yeah, that Doc right now would be good.
I mean, Mark he's playing this so well though.
Yeah, no, he's one turn.
Storms are stacked.
Storms are stacked, baby. If we see a fifth storm, we're gonna have to do
Yeah,
a deck check.
Else,
Okay, so he takes out the Cindy,
fine.
which is smart because every single person has to respect the knight.
Yeah.
Because that is a very hard card to remove.
That Sticky Mickey.
Mickey's not the easiest thing.
Oh, you're talking about
I'm talking Cinderella,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the knight would be a problem.
Yeah, you have to respect that.
I think he inked every single Friends with 2 cards in hand. Do you ever just pass and not ink that turn? I have to see what his last 2 cards are. You got Rabbit, so you're able to draw off the Rabbit, but
He's at 7. The only thing he needs that extra ink for
would be Big
Sisu.
Sisu. Yeah.
So I feel like you are safe to
I feel like I
pass.
would take 1 turn without inking, because then you could sing. You're able to sing Friends with Elsa the
sing
following
Friends.
turn, and then kind of Yeah. See, I agree, Pandemonium. I think him inking that might have not.
Yeah.
He does have 1 Big Sisu, which we saw in game 1.
Yeah, like
But it's not in his hand, so you could just hold it,
Yeah,
right?
you
And then if
hold
you
it out.
draw the Big Sisu off the top, and then you can ink
then
it.
you ink.
You don't need to get to 9.
No.
Right, that's the thing. So
Even to be honest, Big Sisu
he's
doesn't
still
really.
inking.
Yeah, he inked the Chernobog to 9.
And again, we got Mark on no hand, so
No hand.
he's out.
But even Sisu here, it really just gets rid of Mickey.
Okay, this sequencing is. You always if you're gonna draw off a Rabbit, play Rabbit first, right? And then figure out what you're gonna draw off the Rabbit, and then decide if you're gonna play the Maui or not. He's probably always playing Maui in this circumstance
Yeah, he
because
wants to
he has to remove the Pete. Do you chip away at the Sticky Mickey? There's a 1/2, right? So you can hit it twice with Elsa.
I
So
feel
you got to do 1 damage twice. I mean, you have to.
Yeah, you have to. You have to just say next turn. I'm getting rid of Mickey here.
Yeah, I agree. So him holding. Okay, so you wanted to Rabbit Maui on 9.
Yeah, I see Rabbit Maui on 9.
I feel like I'd rather just draw more cards. And see what else I find. But obviously, I agree, Luke.
He's really is actually more relying on what he has, and not hoping on anything coming from the deck to play the Maui Rabbit.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit. Like we have full information, right, guys? So our commentary is obviously going to be super biased in that regard because we know what's going on.
Yeah, we
when
know.
you're sitting there at a stream table having to make these decisions with everybody's probably standing around, you got all this equipment all over the place. It's nerve-wracking. You can make mistakes. You tunnel on certain lines.
And as we get deeper into the tournament, the stakes are higher.
Oh, that's true.
So
well.
you start to get to the point where you really don't.
Are we just dead on board here? What's this? Shark.
Just gotta have an out.
Churn. I can't see the last one. Looks like double churn and shark.
And there's
That's
the
it.
handshake.
GG's.
So Ryan.
Well played to both players.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get probably Mark on the camera. We saw all 4 storms. He's talking about. I can't believe I saw all 4 storms.
Listen, sometimes you want to see all 4 storms. Sometimes you don't. I was in the top 32 in Texas, and my mulligan was 3 storms, and I didn't even get to play a single one.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, okay.
No inkable.